I joined Silcoats in 2006, and looking back over the years, one of the things that strikes me most is that we have all been lucky enough to capture and take advantage of a number of amazing opportunities, whether these are sports tours, work experience, or learning new skills. For me, I have been lucky enough to travel the world alongside all my friends and sports coaches. We managed to get third-degree burns sunning ourselves on the stunning beaches of Barbados, completely emptied our wallets on Fifth Avenue in New York, and we even managed to fit a few hockey and netball matches in all of this too. But for all the glamour of these tours, my parents always brought me back down to earth by insisting that I had to raise half the money myself, which meant lots of long shifts at my local pub, early morning car boot sales, and a little help from the Bank of Grandma. These tours stretched us as players, matured us culturally, and provided us with the memories we will cherish, never forget, and never take for granted. So Silcoats, thank you for these opportunities. I would just like to take a moment to truly thank all the teachers at Silcoats. They are just so helpful whatever the problem. They are always there when there are tears, provide the much needed halfway through the winter term chocolate cake in lessons, and the bandages and sympathy needed after one of our hockey team's many cuts and bruises. Our relationship with the teachers has strengthened massively throughout the sixth form, especially during this past year. So much so that we now see them as friends rather than just teachers, which is lovely. A special mention must go to the sixth form tutors, who provide an invaluable support system for all matters concerning university and school life, and I know we are all very grateful for this. I think one of the nicest things about Silcoats sixth form is the fact that all the smaller friend groups of Year 11 have merged into one much larger sixth form community who all look out for one another. We have all made new sets of friends who we will definitely keep in touch with throughout university or all the different paths others may follow. I think this just shows how much we have all matured over the past 2 years and how Silcoats genuinely brings everybody together. When I was asking my friends what I should include in this speech, there was one thing that clearly stood out: Gary's school dinners. The productivity of our day definitely improved if it was meatballs and curly fries Wednesday or chicken burger Thursday. And to finish off the week with flying colours, the cookies on offer each Friday provided the week with a very sweet ending, which just about managed to get us through double history period 7 and 8 on Friday afternoon. I would just like to take a minute to thank some very important teachers and sixth form staff, who without them, our sixth form experience wouldn't have been half as fun or successful. Firstly, Mr. Cole needs a huge thank you for all his hard work regarding the sixth form over the past 8 years. We have really appreciated all the extra effort he puts in to make our time here as fun and as valuable as possible. One night, Mr. Cole organised the prefects to go bowling, and we were all very impressed by Mr. Curran's bowling technique. He had definitely been practising. Mr. Cole also organised our final farewell trip to Alton Towers, a day when Mr. Mystery sprinted off the coach like Usain Bolt. We thought he might have upset tummy or something, but in fact, it turned out he just wanted to make sure he was the first on the new ride, the Smiler. But Mr. Cole, thank you very much. Another thank you has to go to Mr. Mystery, as without him, no one would have been able to carry out or even find such amazing work experience placements. All the technical aspects needed for our big charity event, Silcoats does, would have been a disaster, and there definitely wouldn't have been half the banter flying around the sixth form corridor without him. Another huge thank you goes to Mrs. Watkin, who has kept us all in check over the past 2 years. And I think now we might have finally realised we are really not meant to take water into the study centre. We have also realised that when Mrs. Watkin says be quiet, we really should listen and should do some work. And finally, we have realised that she's invaluable when organising charity events and the summer ball, which were complete successes. She's always on hand to fix computers and unjam the sixth form printer. The printer that actually breaks every 5 minutes, which just adds to the excitement to all the panicked students just before their coursework deadlines. And a big thank you is for someone who can always manage to put a smile on your face each and every morning, no matter how stressed you are. That's Babs, our sixth form cleaner and our little ray of sunshine. And of course, I mustn't forget to thank Mr. Wideman. He continuously forgave Ed and I for regularly forgetting our weekly meetings with him, but thanks to his patience, slowly but surely, Ed and I managed to schedule our calendars so that we were in the right place at the right time. In fact, when we managed this, on one occasion, Mr. Wyman himself forgot to turn up. But Mr. Wyman is a great headmaster and has provided us with lots of support, advice and direction. And Mrs. Wyman has always been there with tissues and hugs when things just don't quite go according to plan. But finally, we have all been so privileged to go to school at Silkirk, as it's just been the happiest time ever. I genuinely couldn't think of a nicer place to have grown up. Although we all feel just about ready to move on and try something new, I am certain that the memories and friends we have made here will be cherished and will continue to follow us along our separate paths. A big thank you to the class of 2014 for making our time here so special. We will always be part of Silkirk, and Silkirk will always be part of us. Thank you.
Mr. Brindley, Mrs. Chippendale, the Governors, Headmaster, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to begin by thanking parents, teachers and pupils for attending this evening to recognise the achievements made this academic year. Tonight, my goal is to thank all the staff on behalf of the students, in particular for their incredible commitment, passion and empathy which makes this school so special. This speech is also my last duty as head boy and is therefore slightly bittersweet. I find it difficult to imagine that I could have enjoyed the same academic challenge coupled with incredible sporting opportunities anywhere but Silkirk's. Throughout my time here, the staff have been passionate about both their subjects and their extracurricular activities. However, it must be said, some, particularly in the sporting arena, take this passion to a higher level. A large portion of the PE department's budget has undoubtedly been spent on replacing Mr. Benson's broken clipboard after each Saturday fixture, and in the other, albeit smaller segment, on replacing Mr. Cole's vocal cords. The staff are consistently caring and full of advice on any issue that concerns pupils. Whilst my time at Silkirk, as for many others, has not been without its occasional bump, the pastoral care and support provided at this school is second to none. This is, in my opinion, cemented by the respect upheld between both staff and pupils. Staff feel comfortable giving personal opinions and consequently give heartfelt and honest solutions to the problems of pupils. This instills the school with a feeling of a place in which we feel at home and ultimately safe. For this, on behalf of all the pupils, I thank the entire Silkirk staff. On behalf of the sixth form, I would particularly like to thank the staff responsible for the oldest pupils at the school, mainly for their support during what is a challenging period for all the pupils, but also for their incredibly resilient optimism and ability to seem positive about every harebrained scheme the sixth form can come up with. This includes encouraging the pupils to take on even more challenging dishes during the annual Come Down With Me challenge, in which pupils compete in pairs to create the best two-course meal. This can be difficult as it requires us to concentrate, be patient and be prepared. Whilst my female counterpart is highly organised and I would never tell a woman how to cook, her attempt at cooking 5-spice chicken without 5-spice was definitely admirable. Another group of people who it is a necessity and pleasure to thank for their input to the sixth form and the school as a whole is the Parents Association. Led by Corinna Slasky, they have generously funded a number of student and staff-led projects and are always an up-to-date source of hot gossip. Thank you. I would also like to thank the pupils, and particularly those in the sixth form this year, for their outstanding efforts in achieving a sharp academic edge, but also for their contributions to charity. It is one of the defining features of the school we can club together, roll up our sleeves and work hard in aid of others less fortunate than ourselves. Even if this did mean that the majority of teachers and sixth formers had to have their cars repainted after the Year 9 car wash. The school year is punctuated by a number of major charity events. These include the Sixth Form Charities Day and the annual Silkirk Does event. This year, with the theme of Stars in Your Eyes, the event made over £4,000 in one evening, A particular vote of thanks goes to the charities prefects, who played a major role in organising it, though not without the support and help of the wider prefect team. As a team, they undertake roles that have an impact throughout the entirety of the school, right down to the 2 junior school prefects who greet year ones on their first day, and year and peer mentoring prefects who attempt to quell and manage the inevitable drama in the middle and upper school. I wish Mr. Fenn and Mrs. Marsh the best of luck in the future. Many of my more vivid memories include one particular sport, rugby. The most anticipated day of the year for all 25 of us in the first team is the Tom Burrow Cup, where this year, in front of an estimated crowd of over 400, the first team retained their trophy. However, what's happening on the touchline is arguably more interesting. For us it's important, but I think it's safe to say, for every female supporter under 30, it's a poor excuse to stand in a muddy field and attempt to look patriotic about the school, when in reality you're just waiting to go home and begin the 4-hour process of getting ready for the evening's annual festivities. For others, particularly the mothers, it's about pretending that you care about the result, when really you care more about the structural integrity of your son's face. Or worse, you don't care at all about either and would rather sit in the car. Or there are those parents in denial who find it difficult to understand how a Silcoats team, including their child, would ever lose if the referee had only gone to Specsavers. And finally, for those sport-crazy dads, it's all about your child's performance. No matter the result, we will all hear about their thundering run, incredible pass, or show-stopping efforts as the water boy and self-appointed physio. I think it's safe to say many of the upper sixth feel apprehensive about leaving Silcoats. Over the last 4 years for myself, and as many as the last 16 for some leavers, the school has been our focus and passion, and those in it have become our family. As those in the upper sixth will echo, make the most of school, because when you leave, the lunch breaks are significantly shorter, and if you can believe it, the lunches most certainly get worse. Finally, I would like to thank Mr. Brindley for giving his inspiring speech this evening. On behalf of everyone here, I would like to present him with a small token of our gratitude. I would also like to thank everyone at school for making the Leave It Upper Sixth school career so enjoyable and my time as head boy so fulfilling. On behalf of Iona and myself, I would also like to wish the next heads of school, Robbie and Hannah, the very best of luck next year. We hope you can both gain as much from the experience as we have. Silcoats, I'm sure, has left us all with memories that will last a lifetime and friends that will last just as long. Thank you.